이번엔 나라밖 소식입니다. 우리나라도 양궁 금메달리스트 장혜진 선수를 비롯해서 이번 올림픽에 출전한 믿음의 선수들이 많이 있었는데요. 다이빙에서 은메달을 차지한 미국 선수 역시 하나님께 영광 돌리는 모습이 인상적이었습니다. 믿음의 다이빙 선수 데이비드의 이야기입니다.
In 2008, if you would have asked me to sit down with the 700 Club, I would have been like, are you serious? Like, no way. Like, you can keep your Jesus and do what you want with that, but I'm over here and I'm going to do my thing for myself. It's crazy to think what God can do to someone who is so obsessed with himself, lay him flat on his face and say, David, you're not going to be the ruler of your life. Just looking back at when I had this dream of wanting to become an Olympian and that pursuit towards that goal, I tried to fill that with whatever I could because I thought ultimately this would bring me happiness and joy. And it was all for David's glory, all for what David wanted, and I didn't worship anyone else besides myself. Everything that I thought of, everything that I pursued was for my own gain. My first Olympic Games, I just realized that it wasn't working. There had to be something else besides this popularity or this pleasure or this desire that I had to be rich and famous that this American dream promised me. There had to be something more than that, and I didn't know where to find that. God changed my heart, and it was no longer, look at me, I'm the best. Trying to be a visible representation of an invisible God, that's not the David of 2008. God has redeemed me, and I've taken control of my life to do that for him on a platform that I never thought I would be at. The London Games was not a story I would have written whatsoever. Going into the finals, I was like the most nervous that I had been in a competition since I was 14 years old. And I spoke to a good friend of mine, and he said, David, what is there to be nervous about? And I was like, okay, what are you getting at? And he said, God has already written it. It's already done. What you get to do, what your opportunity is to be a vehicle for his glory. And so like instantly the weight was off of my shoulders. I just think of Philippians 4:6. It just talks about be anxious about nothing, but in prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, make your requests known to God. And that was totally my perspective that next day when I woke up was that. My 6 dives in those finals, I was thinking about 2 things. I had one cue, one thing to think about of my takeoff, so making it strong, and the other one was something my coach Adam Soldati and I kind of made up years before the Olympics, and it was 4-6, and it just goes back to Philippians 4:6. That's be anxious about nothing. I knew that I put down 6 dives, the best that I've ever done in a competition, and I got out of the water and I didn't care where I was finishing, whether I was 1st or 5th. I was content and happy because I knew I did my best. And I walked over to Adam, and he embraced me and hugged me, and I looked up and my name was first. Think back at that specific moment.